Tongren session. Great to see everyone. And I just wanted to first introduce myself. My name is Joey Lucier, and I just wanted to make sure that if you have any requests, you can put them on Facebook at Anusara Wellness, my page, or Tongren Station, or even a couple of other places as well. YouTube. Yep, I'm on YouTube. So this is a weekly distance healing session. So even if you're watching this live, or even if you're watching it as a recording, you will be able to receive the benefit. So add your requests into the webpage or add it to my website. And you may also hear background this specific frequency. Different frequencies have different therapeutic approaches. They all have different things, just like different frequencies of light and sound and herbs and food. They all have different frequencies and signatures. As Tesla, the genius from 1895, around that time, around the turn of the last century, said everything is vibration and frequency. So, and he is right. Tongren is another frequency, and here we go. So let's begin right now. We will start with blue sky. And we will tap for a relaxed mind for everyone in the family. Confidence for Isaac. Right side sciatic for Bomber. Lung health for Dad. So let's work on that. So in our 3-part process, we have a thorough Tongren Distance healing, TAM healing system approach to healing. So for step 1, blood flow to the brain. And I'm just checking on text. Blood flow to the brain. Brain command points and brain stem command points, but GB13 for a relaxed mind. And 2 parts. GB13 right side. In Tong. Third eye connecting to our true self, connecting to our brain, and all those good things. So we look forward to seeing everyone. We get some chocolate stuff going on. There we go. Let me know how you're doing. If you're doing better, worse, no change. That's always important to see. So GB13 for emotions, Intang for balancing and connecting to our true selves. That's also good for confidence. Confidence in the limbic system, GB789. We'll also include Les, Drew, Esther, and Catherine, and Jim. Blood flow to the brain. And how you been doing since we last met, Jim? Hope you're doing better. Command points to the brain and brain stem. So that's part 1, blood flow to the brain, activate the limbic system, the endocrine system, and the bioelectrical system, the central nervous system. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery, part 2, where we find most of our blockages. C1 to C7, and T1, 2, and 3 for lung health. lung 1 and lung 2 for lung health as well. About the same. Okay. Well, let's work on that directly. And I'm going to actually sit back a little bit so people can see my hands for my students and everyone else that is tapping along. Did you try the relaxator, Jim? So, anti-inflammation T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, which also includes the pancreas for insulin resistance. Yep, might jump on the relaxator at any of those moments, but I know how hard it must be because it's kind of like instantaneous for sure. Full blast, as you say. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, T3 for the lungs. T7 right side for the lower extremity blood flow. Yes, Catherine, Joey here, mentioning your name. I got your list. You can add in your requests. Good to see you. Confidence. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Blood flow, GV17. Nice to see you too. T1, 2, 3, 3 for the lungs. And grounding. But before that, the sciatic. Right in that corner of the gluteus areas. GB30. Yeah, GB30. 30 or 20. I forgot. GB30 and 39. And then grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. But the sciatic nerve starts in the brachial plexus, the lumbosacral plexus of the nerves of the waist. Then it goes down to GB30, right in the piriformis area, and then down the leg, especially the right side. And to balance it out, vagus nerve down the torso, confidence, the gut-brain axis, the brain and the gut, neurotransmitters from the gut to the brain. Nope, that was a mistake. The sciatic nerve starts in the lumbosacral plexus of the waist. Then it's like nerve fibers joined together as several of them, and then they become one, and then they go down to form the largest nerve of the body. Thank you for the correction. So the lumbosacral plexus is in the waist. And then the gut-brain axis. And then spleen 6. And next we have Esther for strength, bladder strength as well, migraines. Blood flow to the brain. So I'm glad you got to connect, Catherine. Migraines, GV20. So everyone take a deep breath. In the background, we're playing a specific healing vibration, which is for healing and recovery. That's what we have for today. Blood flow to the brain, brain stem for Esther. And then we work on the eyes for Catherine and Faris. So blood flow to the brain, and then vertebral artery to the spinal artery. C3 for the eyes, GV17 for eyes and eye pressure. The optic nerve, GV19, 21, 22, 23, GV23. C3 for the eyes, the ouch point for the eyes, the optic nerve for the eyes. As we continue also for the area, which is also good for the eyes, but migraines, for Esther, GV20, right on the back of the skull, about halfway from the center to the ear. And also sometimes hot and heavy feet. So we work on the thermostat of the body, GV20, and work our way down for the bladder and the sacral areas, vertebral artery, spinal artery. Also for the eyes, the liver, T9 right side for the eyes. Blood flow to the lower extremities, T7 on down. For the bladder, S1 to S5. T7 blood flow to the lower extremities. Lumbosacral plexus for nerve flow to the lower extremities and to the actual feet. Spleen 6 above the feet for drawing energy down to the feet, and then liver 3 and kidney 1. So for the bladder, S1 to S5. So let's make sure T7 blood flow, S1 to 5 for the nerve flow for the bladder areas. Number 3 and kidney 1. Grounding. And how's everybody doing? So far, we will work with you, Jim, next. But let's continue with Esther. Vagus nerve to the gut, and the CV17 also for the bladder. Oh, and we have another request here for Catherine, congestive heart failure fluid as well. We will do that next. Liver 3 and kidney 1. Thank you for joining us, Esther. As always, it's a great endeavor to hear you. And you are the masterpiece maker, which is great. So let's work on Parkinson's, and what we want to focus on is detoxing. We want to work on the microbiome, work on inflammation. In general, for Parkinson's, there are certain herbs, Mucuna pruriens, for all conditions, especially cancer, Parkinson's, ALS, and different ones. We want to increase oxygenation. We can do that through the relaxator device or the Frolov, which is a higher level of oxygenation. So blood flow to the brain for a mystical traveler, but especially Chalice, CC craft chocolate, blood flow to the brain. So we want to focus on the substantia nigra part of the brain, which is the area that controls shaking or trembling. GB7, gallbladder 7, 8, and 9. Command points to the brain, command points to the brain stem. Vertebral artery, spinal artery, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for the Parkinson's. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 also for the tendinitis and the shoulder ouch points. Feel like I should tap for democracy, eh? T123-478 tendinitis. T8 specifically for pancreatic proteolytic enzymes, and the neuropathy associated sometimes with the Parkinson's. The neuropathy is listed, neuropathy and insulin resistance, so the brachial plexus of the arms, so we work on everything, all things great and small, whatever we need to do. Take care of the most important endeavor in the world is to actually tap for doing service for others. T123-478 anti-inflammation for Parkinson's and tendinitis. Special point for the tendons, BL9. Ouch point in the shoulders. Shout out to Grantchester joining us today. T123-478. Focusing on the microbiome for the Parkinson's, sometimes Parkinson's or other conditions. If the microbiome is disrupted, which is 80 to 90% of our immune system, it transfers bad information from the gut by way of the vagus nerve to the brain. And for your specific situation, T11, T12 for the microbiome, L4, L5 for the microbiome. Let's work on PTSD, GB13 right side. Insulin resistance, pancreas related, as well as the microbiome. So let's do both. T8, pancreas. T11, T12. L4, L5. Down the lumbar area. Next, we will be working with Momashari. We didn't miss you. For perfect blood, if you want, absolutely. Continuing on down for the Parkinson's. T11, T12, L4, L5, L1, L2, adrenals and kidneys, big focus, as well as GB13 right side for PTSD. Congestive heart failure, T5, don't want to forget that. Fluid management, kidneys, L2. Again, T5 for the heart. Blood flow to the heart, GB13, and the spinal artery. Grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1 for the Parkinson's. But let's really focus on the 3 dantians for the Parkinson's. Upper dantian in Tong. Peaceful mind, PTSD, pineal gland. CV17 for the heart chakra, and breathing and oxygenation. CV4 for overall energy charging. And again, for the neuropathy, focus on 2 areas: brachial plexus for the arms, lumbosacral plexus for the legs. Activate the entire spine. Also CV17 for the congestive heart failure. For the heart, great herb hawthorn berry for improving oxygen efficiency, the relaxator. And grounding. So how's everybody doing? You guys are quiet. I know you're out there. Do you like the background music? Let me know if you're doing better, worse, or the same. And I want to make sure you're okay. So, Happy Mama, I see your request now, Chief, for perfect blood and lymph. And we will continue to work on that. And continue to work with the grounding and the Parkinson's for Jim. And get that going for you right now. So we work with tendinitis, shoulders with the biceps, and the shoulder meet the joint. Let's do a little bit more on that. For everyone, background music drifts in and out, very dreamy. Kind of like hypnosis. Oh, and by the way, we have a hypnosis person here, an expert, Catherine McGlynn, who is in, if you're into hypnosis, it's a good thing. I could imagine doing hypnosis and then doing holotropic breath work together. You probably will travel to another planet. That's what I'm guessing. Love the music? Good. It's actually a very specific healing frequency, 528 hertz, along with some others for healing. If you just breathe the 488 breath that we talk about, and then listen to the music. And we'll go through that. Blood flow to the brain. Continue on with tendinitis. It is not Schumann, good guess. It's actually a composite. We're getting questions about the music. It's actually very specific. Frequency, and I will actually put it in the chat because it would be good to see, because one of the reasons I picked it is because it has the brain and the spine, kind of what we work on all the time. super recovering and healing. I've done holographic breath work for people that are curious. I've studied breatharian training and practice aspects of the breatharian training. I'm more like a breatharian in training myself, but it is a thing. Let's continue on. Blood flow to the brain and down the entire spine. So let's work on those ouch points for the tendinitis and the shoulders. Sounds like the top area. Different frequencies have different healing techniques. For example, 7.8 is the Schumann resonance, and this may have parts of that into it, but that is the frequency, basically the tone of the planet. 7.8 hertz. I wouldn't be surprised if this has parts of that. And the cosmic piano, which of course that's out by the moon, I think. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So let's work with the bones and the blood. And hello, friend, Henry's friend. Good to see you. We're catching up. T1 for the bones. T7 for the spleen. And for everyone, especially Happy Mama, we work on GB, the sphenoid bone to the tailbone for the cranial sacral fluid. So you are probably correct. It is the Schumann resonance, I think. Yep, included in there. Along with what's very popular these days is 528 hertz. So tailbone and sphenoid bone for cranial sacral fluid for the bone marrow. T1 for the bone. Think of the bones as an organ. Their job is to produce red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. And I hope, Emma, you're out there. I hope you're doing okay. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. And some special points, GB39. Special bone points as well. So, as you say, Mystical Traveler, it is slowly improving, which is great. One thing you can do for any itis, you use a castor oil pack. Why is that? Because it will accelerate the lymph drainage of the area and accelerate the healing and reduce the inflammation. How's that? But Happy Mama, also the lymph. Let's do a lymph tune-up, comprehensive lymph for everyone, including Happy Mama. Main lymph, the axillary lymph of the armpits, collection centers, inguinal lymph of the groin, the spleen, which is the largest lymph node of the whole body, and then the lymphatic duct to release the lymph. Skin brushing is very good for the lymph. Castor oil pack just below the belly for the lymph. There are special lymph drainage herbs as well as lymph drainage massage therapy. And then grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. So let's work for now continue for grounding, CV4 for energy and the lymph for happy mama. Grounding liver 3, kidney 1. So intrigued settler, tap for bladder wellness. Lose weight. One of the best ways to lose weight is intermittent fasting and nutrient-dense foods, and of course exercise and hydration, and to regenerate your right hip. Okay, let's work on it. And next, you are Fran and Dee and Henry, you are next. Blood flow to the brain. TB13, command points of the brain. Metabolism to lose weight. In general, if you eat properly, you can eat all the calories you want. If you limit your eating time to 8 hours a day, again, you can eat all you want because the body will have more time to process it. And then do some exercise, and of course the critical vitamins, vitamin D3. Command points of the brain and command points of the brain stem. So we'll work with Fran, Henry's friend as well. Regenerate right hip, which is anti-inflammation, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Oxygenation for anti-cancer, which is the phrenic nerve to the diaphragm. Sky window to CV17. This also works for Nitika, for oxygen, even for the brain, but frankincense inhalation to the brain is probably one of the best options. Another one is an anti-cancer herb. For the breathing device, you can buy it on a website for Sweden, or on my website. I should have the relaxator listed there and under shopping. Let's check that. Relaxator, breathing instruction. Okay. So losing weight, if you eat the right ratio of foods, 80-10-10 it's called, 80% healthy carbs with lots of fiber and water like fruit and greens and cucumbers and all that good stuff, and avocados, 10% protein, 10% fat, and that would be plant-based fats to eliminate any resistance, like they say on the commercial, for insulin resistance for weight loss. That is eating too much fat, too much non-fiber fat, which is animal products. So now let's work for T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for the esophageal cancer, and then for the bladder. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. T8 for the esophagus. And hello, Henry. Oh, Henry. Tibial artery, spinal artery, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for the esophagus. So T7 for blood flow to the esophagus, T8 for the esophagus, and for the bladder, S1 to S5, again for Esther and for others. And again, let's just repeat this for Nitika and Fran. The oxygen cancer is hypoxia, which is a fancy word for a lack of oxygen. That oxygen, there are sensors throughout the body that oxygen deficiency, around, they say like 40%, will trigger cancer genes to create cancer cells. Phrenic nerve diaphragm, which naturally increases oxygen. The relaxator increases oxygen. And I can tell you, here's a question for everyone. Can anyone here tell me what you can do immediately to increase 20% oxygen in your body? Let me see if anybody knows the answer to that question. And it's not exercise. And the ouch point, CV12, CV4 for the esophagus area as well, Henry. The entire colon area, T11, T12, L4, L5 to support the esophagus. T8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Drinking water is not the right answer unless you have really special water, which is hyper condensed oxygenated water, which does exist. It was created by physicists who put special laser light into water, which decreases the bond of oxygen, but that doesn't give you what I'm saying here to 20%. You can all do it by right in your chair at this moment. I should have brought the relaxator. In fact, I should wear it all the time. And grounding for Fran and the cancer people. And for cancer, always two-part process. If you accelerate lymph drainage, the toxins out of the body, you can accelerate nutrients and oxygen into the cells. More oxygen, more nutrients, less inflammation, less disease. That's the math. Blood flow. So now down grounding. Let's do stomach 36 for everyone for energy. So in about 10 minutes, I will give you the answer to our quiz for today. How to increase oxygen in the body. In the chair you're at right at this moment. Liver 3 and kidney 1. So Nitika, I'm going to read yours because I'm getting happy about your progress. Remaining brain tumor after surgery in right frontal lobe. Vision loss, can't see from left eye, but now started seeing shadows from the right side. So we'll continue to work on those. Numbness on the right side of your face and tingling in the feet. That means the neural impulses from the brain all the way down the spine aren't getting all the way to the feet. So mystical traveler meant deep breathing. But how do we breathe? Here's a clue. We have two main ways of breathing. Which one is better? We breathe through the nose and we breathe through the mouth. So let's work with Nitika. Blood flow to the brain. And let's work on the brain for Nitika. Optic nerve. GB 22, 23, 24. Right frontal lobe, GB 13. Ouch point for the eyes. So Mumushari said the answer to the question, which I'm going to give you the answer to right now. She said, breathe in 4, out for 8, and hold for 8. And that is part of it. If you breathe through the nose instead of the mouth, you immediately increase your oxygen into the body by 20%. That is a fact. That is the science. So nasal breathing compared to mouth breathing. We should eat with our mouth, breathe with our nose. It will can eliminate asthma, sleep apnea, and teeth issues, believe it or not, even as well. So the other aspect of the eyes, there are other optic cranial nerves. So GB 789 for the oppicans nerve, the ocular motor nerves, vertebral artery to the spinal artery. But let's maximize oxygen to the brain. Carotid artery, vertebral artery, and occipital arteries for the brain to support the brain. Massaging the neck increases lymph drainage and blood flow to the brain. All good. Good stuff. So left eye vision. So let's all think about getting her vision improved. Can't see from the left eye. Let's work on the left eye. Really just get that going. Numbness on the right side of the face, so let's work on the nerve flow to the side of the face, the facial artery. So breathe in 4, out 8, and hold 8 will increase blood flow and oxygen to the body, guaranteed, because this has an extended exhale. An extended exhale. And grounding, liver 3, and kidney 1. How's everybody doing? And we will do this for everyone. So Master Peacemaker, you have nose breathe, in 6, out 6, hold 6. So the numbers aren't critical, but your inhale, but then your exhale is twice as long. And then your breath hold is the same count as your exhale, unless you want longer. A progression of this is where people do in 15, out 15, in 15, out 30, hold 30. That's pretty challenging. But a good one is 4-8-8, as Mumashadi is saying. In 4, out 8, hold 8. That holding also increases nitric oxide, which is good for congestive heart failure, but also anti-COVID. The breath hold increases nitric oxide, which is produced in the sinus area, and also helps with blood pressure. So blood flow to the brain. So for everyone, we're going to do detoxing from mold. And I was actually looking just today for a device that can get rid of mold in a house. It's called a molecule, molekule. And then there are certain foods, herbs, and of course clay that you can take, which will bind and remove toxins from the body. Command points of the brain, command points of the brain stem. Blood flow to the brain and then down the spine. So detoxing, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Cilantro, parsley, chlorella are food-based binders which will help to remove it. But clay is always your best option. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Detox. Detox organs, the skin, T4. The liver, T9, right side. L2, the kidneys. So let's do L1 and 2 to include adrenal health. So a little bit of the science. When you exhale longer than the inhale, the exhale forces a deeper diaphragmatic push to pull out the oxygen and use the lowest part of our lungs, which gets used rarely. So the long exhale will be a bigger and better workout for your lungs. And this device actually works for asthma, because it actually happened for myself. The mold device. This I just learned from my teacher. I think it's molecule.com. There are also herbs and tinctures you can take. The best test for mold, of course, is what I learned today. One of the best tests is a urinalysis, a 24-hour urinalysis, which can pick up the byproducts of the molds and different things like that. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Deep breathing is always good for oxygen, mystical traveler. So I posted it on the page. I'll post it here. I think I can do it. molekule. If I start to type on Instagram, I may be sent away and lose my place. And healing the right broken foot, blood flow to the foot, T7 right side, nerve flow to the foot, lumbosacral plexus, and the ouch point. That's a good 3-part process. and that is the broken right foot. A yarrow poultice or a clay poultice will be really good for that. So any breath hold, Master Peacemaker, is always good. A 6-6-6 breath is okay, but a 6-12-12 is even better. Liver 3 and kidney 1 for grounding. Yes, it's at molecule.com. There you go. That was recommended to me by my teacher and master, Herbal Master. So everyone take a deep breath. Let's do the breathing together. 4-8-8. And I'll count to make it easy so we can all practice. Is everybody ready? I heard it. Everybody said yes. Ready? Breathe in through the nose for the whole process. Breathe in, count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And breathe normally. So let's do some Qigong for everyone on CV17 to increase the blood oxygen, reduce the inflammation and disease. Seems the music is also recommending that I do the healing tone for clearing, generating cohesive frequencies of sound for everyone, just like the background noise, background music. Thank you all for joining. What I recommend afterwards is to maybe play a tone like that, sit and relax, put your mind in the area that you want to focus on, for example, for Nitika, in the brain, for the tendinitis in the shoulders, and just breathe into that area for continued healing. And then also, when you get up, get some hydration, enjoy the day. Blessings to all. Be kind to one another. Thank you for joining very much. Take care. Love to all. Blessings.